Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 3 of our 21-day challenge. Today we're reading from Matthew chapter 5, verses 13 through 16, where Jesus says this: "You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything, except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven." Okay, so what does all that mean? Well, think about first what people use salt for, right? Especially back when Jesus first spoke these words in the first century, before people had electricity and refrigerators and freezers, right? For one thing, salt preserves food. And back then, salt was the main thing they had to keep bacteria from ruining food. So for people in the first century, salt literally could mean the difference between life and death in a time when fresh food wasn't available. They'd also use salt as a purifying or a cleansing agent. They'd use it to brighten the light of lamps and maybe enhance the efficiency of baking ovens. You could also use salt to ruin a field, like a farming field, if you threw salt on the field. Overall, salt was even kind of a symbol of what was right back then. It was a big deal, an indispensable necessity of life for them. In fact, it was so vital back then that wars were fought over it. Get that, wars were fought over salt, and entire economies were based on salt. So realize when Jesus says that we as his followers are like salt, what he's saying is that we're here on earth for a reason. We have a job to do as his followers. It's our job to season life on earth with our knowledge of God and his grace, and to be a good influence for Jesus every day. It's our job to shine his light, as he also says here, right? In other words, it's our job to live our lives every day in such a way, with such integrity as followers of Christ, that when people see the things we do as we follow Christ, when they see our good works that he commanded us to do, when they see those, they actually end up thinking more of God as a result. What is just one good work you can do today that Jesus has commanded us to do that can show people how great he is? Right? What's one good work you can do today? Not to draw attention to yourself. That's not the point here. It's not to make people think more of you. It's to make people think more of him. It's to make people go, wow, the way you live, the way you love, the things you do, maybe there is something to this Jesus stuff you're into. What can you do today to show people how great he is? That's our challenge. It's our job every day, really. It's why we're here. Otherwise, as Jesus says pretty strongly, he might as well throw us out, right? I don't know about you, but I don't want to be thrown out. So let's go be like salt today. Let's go shine our lights. And let's show people a good picture of what Jesus is like today by how we live.